Hey, I hope you're doing well. This is Deepak, and I thought I'll share a quick video as a part of the accountability support program that you signed up for, to have me help you provide a little bit more context in terms of how we get clients and how we grow our practice and all that. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit of a thing that happens in the zone of mindset. So this little video is going to show you how to spot things in your life that has a direct impact on your business. And so here's what happened today. So I went for a run in the morning and I got a little bit of a blisters in my legs. I'll just kind of show you. Let's see if I can do the camera. So if you see here, I just got a little bit of a spot here. And this happened because I was running on an uneven land in India, and obviously with my shoes and the land not being flat, this is what happens, and it starts to hurt. So I had this thing yesterday a little bit, and I still went for a run today morning, and it still was a little painful, but I kept on running. And then I came back home and I was walking a little funny, and my wife asked me, and I told her what happened, and she's like, well, you should stop running because it's going to hurt you. And I thought, this happens to all of us all the time in our life. And if you look into how we respond to this, is really how we become a person. And this is how we would start responding to our campaigns on LinkedIn. And I wanted to just tie this up together. I want to tie up this situation with my blister on my leg to our LinkedIn messaging campaign. Okay, so I'll just take an example. You can link this to any other parts of your business, but let me just give a simple example of how this is tied to LinkedIn messaging campaign. And I think when I do that, you'll understand how all this thing tied together and how everything works. So here's an insight. So when you start to do certain things in life, you're going to have a bit of a situation, right? So for example, when I started running today morning, what happened was I had a problem that I ran into, and the problem then leads to some pain that I had. And let me just sit down as I speak. And the pain that I had leads to my brain telling me to stop, right? So my brain tells me, hey, don't run because it hurts. And then my wife tells me not to run. And this is where most individuals give up. First of all, they give up when their own brain tells them not to run. And then somebody else tells them not to run. Could be their wife, could be their family, could be their colleague, could be friends, could be people who love them and people who really care about them. They tell them don't do it because of whatever reason they had. And people give up. So either you give up with what your brain tells you, or you give up because somebody in your family told you to. And that's it. That's the end of most people's potential. This is what happens in every single day. So let me give an example of LinkedIn. So if you start your LinkedIn campaign, and when you start messaging people, you are going to most likely feel uncomfortable because you haven't done it. You are going to find it a little bit more time consuming because you have never done it. Inviting people, creating lists, searching people, trying criteria, looking at their profile, seeing if they're a fit, then inviting them, then copying the message that I gave you, then changing their first name to whatever the name is, maybe changing a little bit of message that I gave you as a template. There's a lot of work here, and it's going to hurt just like my blister. So everything that I just said is practically like the blister, and it's going to hurt you, and you're going to be like, oh, this LinkedIn thing doesn't work. I don't like it. Door knocking is better. I can actually door knock people. I can call. You'll feel that, let me go back to the other way because this is hard. And then when people don't respond, or people respond negatively saying, I don't need your help, I have an advisor, I am not interested in talking to you right now, thanks for reaching out. Basically rejections. When you start getting rejection, it's going to hurt again. And again your brain will tell you, this LinkedIn thing doesn't work, this thing is not the way to go, this is not for me, it works for Deepak, it works for the people in the program, but not for me because I'm this different person. it's a blister, right? It's going to hurt you, and the brain is going to tell you not to do it, right? And then you might go and talk to somebody. You might talk to a colleague, and the colleague will say, yeah, the LinkedIn thing doesn't work. It's bad. I have tried it, and you should do this. You should do this other thing that he's or she's doing. And then you might say, you know what? He's right. I should not do LinkedIn because it doesn't work, and I tried for like 2 days or 2 hours or 1 week or whatever the case is. And then you would feel like giving up and then go after something else. And guess what? When you do this something else, let's say you stop LinkedIn and you tried something on Facebook, or you might even tried some traditional methods like seminars, or you might did direct mail campaign or whatever else somebody told you to do, you're going to have the same problem there. Because fundamentally, you are going to, people that don't know you, or somehow you're trying to market to people, and the response is going to be very similar. And most people get into this trap of getting a little bit of rejection and pain, like a blister that I had, and giving up, right? And then they look for the second person support, like in my case, my wife, or family members who also will tell you don't do it. And then you would say, yeah, see, they're right. I think they're telling me the right thing, so let me not do it. But I can tell you from experience that you want to ignore your brain, number one, and then you want to ignore the second, third party group of people, could be your friends and family, wife, whoever. And you just want to keep going, because when you keep going forward is when things happen. And to me, like, I'm still going to run tomorrow. Like, I have this pretty bad blister, but I'm still going to, keep running tomorrow, and I'll keep doing it till a point where I just can't run, right? Because it's physical pain, and if it goes beyond a point, then I need to recover, right? I don't want to be stupid. And on LinkedIn, you probably will not have similar issues. I think LinkedIn is all about, you send messages to people, you learn how to respond, how to deal with objections, and you get people on the phone call, and you keep practicing, and you keep fighting with yourself, if you will. And over time, once you do that, it will become easy, I promise. So I just thought I'll share this, because this happens in everybody's life, including me, every single day. And the best way is to learn how to deal with this, and most importantly, learn how to spot the beginning of the end, if you will, which means, the moment your brain starts to tell you don't do it, you just want to observe it as a third-party observer, and don't react or respond. The very first thing that you want to build is start observing, saying, hey, this happened. My brain is now telling me not to do it. That's it. Like, you want to catch that moment. And when somebody tells you as well, you want to catch it. Don't respond to them. Don't tell them they're right or wrong or any of that. I didn't tell that to my wife today. I didn't discuss with her. I didn't have an argument or anything like that. I just didn't respond. I just kept on moving, and I had my breakfast at that point. But if you can learn things like this, it'll be superpower, I promise, because the one thing that you can control is you. And people fall for the trap. So people who have this type of situation where they get a little bit of pain, they stop doing the thing, then they do the same thing in their business. And that really is how things happen. And start observing it. If you think that what I'm saying doesn't make sense, then go watch your, all this type of things in your life every single day. And if you have questions, feel free to respond to this email, send me a message, and I'm happy to help you navigate your own brain, because this happens, and I've started to observe this, and this is very real, and this happens all the time. And the more you learn to deal with this, the easier everything will become in client acquisition when we do LinkedIn, Facebook, and all that. So this is directly tied to getting clients. So don't think that I'm making the video for you just to give you some pep talk or some motivational crap or anything like that. I'm just telling you real science of how this happens. And if you don't believe me, just observe it in your life. And please, send me a comment, feedback. If you like this video, please do that, because again, as a part of the accountability, I told you it's a test for me. I'm trying to see if this type of educational content format method, can it help me improve results of my program? So that's the only reason I'm doing this video. Like, that's Like, I don't enjoy creating videos like this, if you will. I can do other things. But I know that sharing some insight, because I'm always thinking about my members, I'm always thinking about my own business. And when this happened today morning, I said, you know what, this is a message I should pass to some of my serious members, because people who want accountability, I consider them a little bit more serious, because they recognize that they need help. And the number one thing to make progress in life is to ask for help. And I thought this could be a good message to pass, and that's the only reason I'm doing this. So I hope this was helpful. Again, send me feedback, comment if you need more videos like this. If you have other questions that you need me to create little videos, let me know, because anything I can do to help you get more clients, make more money, and improve your life and business and take you to the next level, I'd love to do that, because that's what I live for. That's what I enjoy. And look, I think this is the beauty in India. So the power just went out, and this happens a lot. So I'm now out of internet connection, so it's going to be taking me some time to upload this video. But I hope this was helpful and insightful, and I will be back later with similar content. But please share your feedback and take it easy. Thank you.